So thank you guys for having me. This is a new category for the Open Source Awards this year. Very excited and very honoured to be up here presenting it tonight. This category recognises the outstanding use of open source for creative endeavours or the arts in New Zealand. It's been exciting reviewing the entries into this category and the wonderful projects that combines the arts world with the open source world. The finalists for this year's open source use in the arts are, first one, I'm just checking because I don't want to do a Don. Sorry, Don. Is Lib Sparrow. So this is Douglas Bagnall has, as an artist and a programmer, been working exclusively with the open source software for about a decade. He's the creator of Lib Sparrow, an artwork entirely based on open source software that has been on show at the Dowse Art Gallery in Lower Hutt. The image on the slide behind me will give you some idea of what the artwork looks like, but it doesn't really do it justice if you haven't had the pleasure of seeing it in action. And I think you can actually have a look on YouTube if you want to have a look later on. At the core of Lib Sparrow is a GStreamer plugin that, in concert with a camera and projector, makes things disappear in the real world by projecting a calibrated negative image upon them. God, whoever wrote that sentence. Whatever was originally visible is replaced by an even grey. In the case of the Dowse Art Gallery exhibit, the original image was further hidden by overlaying a video of sparrows in flight upon it. The artwork consists of two instances of this plugin, each with its own projector, competing for control of a single screen. As each projector tries to cancel out the other and impose its own sparrows, the video escalates into unstable feedback patterns, which people can disrupt by walking in front of the camera or projectors, leaving behind strobing trails. The result is an interactive artwork that creates quite a bit of commentary and movement within an art gallery. Both children and adults are mesmerised by Lib Sparrow's colours and movements. So let's give them a round of applause. So the second finalist is Speed of Sound. Yep, got it. The Speed of Sound project works with the idea of making music a visual experience. It is a music visualizer. The Speed of Sound was a collaboration initiated in late 2009 by two open source programmers, Dr. Joel Pitt and Will Marshall. Like all open source projects, this was a collaboration of several passionate people who wanted to share ideas. The Speed of Sound builds on the open source processing visualization system and ties together a number of other external open sources libraries for processing. Joel and Will have taken a concept and made it reality by hooking it up to a controller, the Jazz Mutant Lemur, is that right? Wow, okay. And submitting patches to parent projects where possible to fix bugs. As a result, they've improved the stability of the Speed of Sound music, say that one 4 times fast. Visualizer can be used in live environments. If you're lucky, you might have seen it in action at various dance parties and installations around Wellington. So let's give them a round of applause. And again, is there a YouTube video for this as well somewhere? No, it's very cool. And the third and last finalist is Ghosts in the Form of Gifts. So this is a project by Bronwyn Holloway-Smith, who has brought together designers and open source technologies to recreate some of the lost treasures of the Te Papa collection from photographs and drawings. This project used open source machines, the RipRap, to recreate physical artefacts from Te Papa that has been lost or destroyed over the years. The artefacts were created through a process of drawing, digital 3D rendering, and finally printing with the RipRap open source 3-dimensional printer. The finished files for the artefacts are freely available for educational reuse and were released under a Creative Commons license so that anyone who wished could create their own exhibits. Most of the 10 artefacts created represented items of significance to Pacific cultures, including a sperm whale tooth, a Chinese soup spoon, and a matai, so a fish hook. The work was unveiled on the 8th of December 2009 at Massey University in Wellington, and is now on permanent display in the foyer of the Executive Seminar Suite in Mount Cook. There is also a web-based aspect of the work found on Bronwyn's website. So let's give Bronwyn a round of applause. Okay. Ooh, very exciting. And the winner is Ghosts in the Form of Gifts.
Oh, thank you. It's very humbling. I've only got a few things to say, and I won't keep you long because I know it's a long night. I just wanted to mention that with this artwork, I wanted to create a resource, something that others could build upon and develop. I was curious as to whether it would fly with an institution like Massey University, but luckily it did. It's actually commissioned as part of their acquisitions for their 10th anniversary of being on Wellington campus. Obscurity is a key concern for the arts. If no one sees work, then what impact will it make? By opening this work up to becoming a community resource, I hope that it will continue beyond its immediate audience, and this is the benefit, as I see it, of open source. There are a few people that I need to thank in the creation of this work. The first is Vic Oliver, who is an enormously enthusiastic, yet slightly mad genius. I couldn't have hoped for a more interesting or loyal partner in this work. Rhys Dippy also designed a couple of the objects that were printed, and Matthew Holloway was an enormous help, particularly in the installation of this work. Of course, it wouldn't have happened without the support of Massey University. Thank you.